everybody, it's going to take the deck profile. This is my Stride Ahsha build for my Neo Nectars. This is my main Neo Nectar build outside of Musketeers, so with this build is going to get some insane and crazy numbers. I run Maiden Officialists mainly because I want to stretch out the grade 1 to clone without waiting forever, and with my grade 1s I'll show you which ones I would rather clone. It's free cost when she boosts and hits the Vanguard. All you gotta do is put her in the soul, search top 5. And now I'll go to my zeros. 4 here because it's standard, 6 crit because I want to stay offensive and cause early damage, and 6 stand for being Maiden of Daybreak. She gives cards with the same name +5, but you can only choose 2. So as long as they got the same name, they get +5 each. Put it onto the deck if generation is available, and shuffle your deck, and boom. Those 7k boosters now became 12k boosters. Yeah! Number 1s. 1 tech in of Maiden of Kana, just so I can start pushing my columns early, so I can start getting that extra damage that wouldn't normally pass, because Counterblast 1 put her into the soul when generation is available, and she can give up to 4 cards with the same name +5 apiece. Very awesome card for a common. She eats up Counterblast, so if you run more of her, then hopefully you got some way to mitigate the unflipping there. I would run her at 2, 3 maybe, but in its place, I'll show you later. I run 4 PG, 3 PGGs for damage unflipping and 1 regular, just so I can block rear guards if I face a cocky role player that, upon hitting it can restand and, all that stuff there. This is the card I run in the place of Maiden of Kana, the Limit Break Enabler. Basically, I run a grade 3 that needs a limit break, and I don't want to be at 4 damage, just to get its effect off. I'll show you what it is later. 4 Sour Slicer. Sour Slicer is pretty much your main booster that you want in the back. It goes up 1,000 per card with its name. So you have a back row of him, then he's a 9k booster. If you have some way of, well, you know what, I'll show you my grade 2s of why he's going to be a sick card, and why you're going to be pushing a lot of numbers. And of course 2 Stride Enablers, mainly again because I may not have Ahsha in hand, or because I need 2 Stride. That's just what it's there for. And I don't want to grab it, from the top 5 with Maiden Officialists, so that's why I run it at 2. My grade 2s. I don't find myself using the damage unflipper, but I have 3 of those for that just in case scenario. It's an on hit. I don't have to wait for Whirlwind Dragons, the GB1 effect, and by then it may be too late. So it's there just in case. 4 Gladiolas, and this is the reason why I say just in case. GB1's available when she's boosted and swing at the Vanguard, Counterblast 1, and copy a card that is not her, and call it to rear circle. So you can start getting out those Sour Slicers with the quickness pretty much. So then 4 Flower Screens. She is the main card you want on rear circle for those final turns, or the final turn, because she takes on the name of a card on rear circle when you have generation 1 available, and you can put 1 normal unit from the drop zone into the top of your deck and shuffle it, so she can become a Sour Slicer pretty much, and that's what you want. And then Sour Slicer again goes up 1,000 because it is now, she became a Sour Slicer. She doesn't gain the bonus of 1,000, but that Sour Slicer does. So that's awesome. That's what you want. And my grade 3s. The grade 3 I was telling you about earlier that requires the Limit Break Enabler is the Venus Flytrap Reverse. With her effect, it's pretty good for calling a unit if your opponent wants to play the Stakeout grade 2 game. Or if you're just so happen to be at, if you got to Stride once but you're not finding Ahsha, or your Stride enablers to get Ahsha, then you're at least with a card that can do something. You know, it's counterblast 1, lock a card, and search the top 5 for a card, call it to rear, and give it +5. So you may be lucky and call a Sour Slicer or what have you. So yeah, that's what it is. You could run Maiden of Trailing Rose, but with the new Legion of Revival coming out, then you're going to have to change up the build, period. And anyway, last grade 3s is Ahsha. One of them is stamped, which is awesome. Thank you to the artist. This skill, when you stride over it, you counterblast 1, copy a card that's on rear circle, call it to rear, and give it +2. Again, target Sour Slicer or Flower Screen or whatever you have on rear. You know. And its other skill is you can give copies on the field +5. So basically, if you have this, you know, it could be 2 copies of her on rear guard, so all 3 would get the +5. Sour Slices in the back would be, you know, normally 9K, but now they're 14K boosters. You know, whatever, you know, what have you. So now my strat units, I run 2 Arboreas for that copy ability. Early game pressure of, okay, that's fine, I'll let it swing through, it's not a problem. But, you know, being that's on hit, sometimes they will PG it, and, you know, it's fine, you know. Or what it does is it copies a card on rig and gives it +2. And it's a free call. And it could probably be another attack there. 2 Multivitamin Dragon, because, you know, you can get some stupid numbers with this card as well. And, you know, it's just... Oh, excuse me. Apologize about that. Multivitamin Dragon, basically, after you use, you know, you clone something with Ahsha's skill, when that unit is placed, it gives that you can give up to 3 units with the same name 5. So if you just so happen to have 2 other copies in hand, you can place it on rear, give all those +5. Then you place another one, and you can only give 3, which, you know, sucks, but hey, it could be a game changer. It can be, you know, it can end a lot of things. With if you have Maiden of Connors, and you can really start pushing out some extra damage, you know, with the stands and the criticals, it can get stupid early game. And the main grade 4 Stride Jingle Flower Dragon, everything will get redunculous when this card is on Vanguard Circle. So when you have 2 or more face-up G units in the G zone, you first get your field set up. You want to have, actually, I'll show you. Alright, this is pretty much your ideal field right here. Basically, if you didn't have to use Ahsha's cloning skill, then this column would be swinging for 40, this would be swinging for 40, and this would be swinging for 52. Some stupid numbers. Now, if you just so happen to get off some Maiden of Connors, or you got to get off a couple of Daybreaks, and again, you'll start pushing off some crazy numbers, and not to mention the restanding or hopefully critting your opponent out. If your opponent's at 4 damage, you know, they're in trouble unless they got, you know, at least 3 PGs in hand. But then they will have to again worry about the restanding and possibly getting a critical in your triple drive check, depending on how your trigger check went. You know, so pretty much that's your optimum field. It's almost not hard to get, especially the Sour Slices in the back. You pretty much have to draw into these. Being that there's no draw triggers, that's what it is. Yeah, that's what I have. Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. Go ahead and give it a like, press that like button. I really appreciate it if you guys press that like button. Show me some support there. The support goes into making more deck profiles because you guys like my videos. I got other videos on my channel. Give those videos a like. That's pretty cool of you guys to give this video a like. And yeah. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe if you will. Continue to support your local channels by liking their videos and liking my video. Check out Wolfmaster. He is a good friend of mine. He has some pretty good deck profiles. Gio that is GIO space CON Con. He has some other stuff that you may find as interesting as this one as well. Anyway, appreciate it. Shout outs to everybody else doing the best they can in the world. Sometimes you gotta struggle a little longer than others, but eventually you'll get to where you need to be. Thanks.